So recently I've had a viewer wanting to know about the RG300X. Well, whenever I first got my RG300X, it was alongside the XU10. And let me tell you, this was an easy setup. This was a pain in the ass. But I learned a lot about the RG300X. And if you want to know, I'll be glad to show what I have learned. Now this is a Linux device. I did not hook up Wi-Fi to it, so I don't know if that works. And let's see here. Now Nintendo DS does no-go. That does not work. And Nintendo 64 is a no-go. That does not work. But Sega Master System works. Sega Genesis. Sega CD, 32X, you get the idea. Yada yada yada. Alrighty, well, anywho, you got your consoles, you also have your handhelds. Now they make the Game Boy stuff look really good on this thing, it's really cool. And yeah, all your handhelds are covered, that's the good thing. But some things like ports and what have you, they don't work so hot, you know? Let's see here. Apps and games. Be able to check it. Now for apps, you got the regular good stuff right here. Test, simple menu. But here's what you really want. Now PR Boom Plus, I never could get to work. Prince of Persia works. RetroArch, you can get a lot of stuff working through that. All these work. Sonic Robo Blast 2 is awesome. Yatka is like a Tetris. Game Blah Blah made that one. I like it. So all these ports, they work. And Devolution X is the one you want to know about. Works just fine. You just have to get the proper one for the Atom image. Alright. But you should know, any games where you gotta have joysticks, mostly Nintendo 64 games, that's a no-go on this handheld. You want to go through the library of the PlayStation and find what uses digital controls, and they work great on this, and they look great on this handheld. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, all that good Game Boy stuff works good on here. And that's why I like it so much, because it looks like a Game Boy Micro. Well, except for it doesn't have a giant cartridge sticking out of the top. So yeah. Lots of ports work on this, but it's old tech, you know, came out around the RG350 time. So you learn what worked on there, it'll almost work on here, but make sure you get the right OPK for the Atom image. Because if you don't use the right OPK, it's not going to work. Alrighty, well, I hope you learned something.